welcome back to BoomStickBanter. I'm your host, Alex Branson, and today we're going to be diving into a story that's almost too wild to be true. We're talking about Ivan Sereda, a Soviet cook in the midst of World War II, took on a German tank and won, alone with just an axe and his wits. Now, we've all heard of the legendary soldiers, tank commanders, and generals who shaped history, but today we're focusing on a man who wasn't looking for glory, just survival. Ivan Sereda didn't just feed soldiers, he became one of the most unlikely heroes of the Eastern Front. This was post-revolution Ukraine, still reeling from the Civil War, political purges, and the man-made famine that starved millions. Ivan grew up under the shadow of Stalin, with propaganda in the classroom and a nation on edge. But somehow he came through it, humble, hardworking, and tough as nails. August 1941. Near Dvinsk in modern-day Latvia, the Front's MS Sedra's unit is in retreat. He's left behind with nothing but his kitchen cart and a Mosin that's seen better centuries. And then he hears it. Clank, clank, clank. A German Panzer 38T. Light, fast, and deadly. Originally Czech-made, but now rolling under the Nazi flag, with a full crew inside. Most people would have ran. Hell, even trained infantry would have failed. But Ivan, he tightens his apron, grabs his axe, and gets to work. He starts beating the hell out of the tank's machine gun port, smashing it with raw fury until it's disabled. Then he jams debris and anything else he can find into the viewing ports to blind the crew. Panicking, the tank veers off and crashes straight into a Soviet mess tent, completely covering the remaining optics. German crew surrendering in disbelief, Sereda standing victorious with an axe. Okay, let's go over the weaponry that Ivan would have had. A Mosin M91 30 bolt action 5-round mag, standard issue for the Red Army grunts, not a tank killer. Soviet field axe, not a weapon until it is. Field kitchen cart, which is a mobile soup delivery system, also doubles as a makeshift cover. Moscow gets wind of his culinary carnage, gives Sereda the Hero of the Soviet Union medal. That's like the equivalent of the US's Medal of Honor, but with more communism. He keeps fighting Leningrad, Moscow, the whole horrifying buffet of World War II, ends the war as a senior lieutenant, not bad for a guy whose job description used to be boils water. Let's be clear, military cooks are no joke. Morale runs on meals, and when it hits the fan, even the guy stirring the stew pot grabs a rifle. U.S. Army cooks defended outposts in Korea. German field cooks often carried sidearms. Sereda just happened to go one step further with a full-blown tank capture. War ends, Sereda heads home, works as a village council chairman, doesn't brag, doesn't write a memoir, dies in 1950 at just 31 years of age, possibly from the wounds or just the weight of life lived at 110%. Today, there are streets named after him in modern-day Ukraine and Moldova, however you pronounce that. And maybe there should be more, because if there's one thing Ivan Sereda proved, it's that anyone can be a hero, even the guy behind the soup pot.